Barakatay Howell,
Rockday Howe,
Barakatay Howell Shai,
Rockday Howe Shine,
Barakatay Howell,
Rockday Howe,
Barakatay Howell Shai,
Rockday Howe Shine,
Barakatay Howell,
Rockday Howe,
Barakatay Howell Shai.
Rockday Howe
All
Shine.
right, Shalom. It's the brothers from the city of Annapolis. Captain, we want to start out by giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakadash. Double honor to our apostle, elders, great millstone, and teacher rule well. Peace, blessings, safe to the whole flag, pushing this truth week in, week out. Sincerity, charity, and love. All right, we're just going to go into suffering and persecution is going to be coming to the men of the Lord, man. Like very, very soon. You know, we're going to have to suffer persecution for the Lord, for his name's sake, man. For this truth, you know. People that we love are going to change on us. They're going to switch up on us. This so-called world is going to change upon us, man. All right, it's going to be a bad time out here for us, man. We're going to start at 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 12. It says, and all that live godly in Yahushai Hamashiach Yahushai shall suffer persecution. All right, man. So living for the Lord, man, it's not going to be a popular thing in these last days. And Jacob's trouble, man. You know, we have to just be very careful of how we move out here, man. You know, like the brother was saying, in our camp, even with the AI, they're going to be able to use our faces and say different things and throw some of us in jail, you know. We have to be ready for that suffering, man, that we're going to have to go through, man, all right, to get delivered up out of here. All right, I'm going to jump to the book of Romans, chapter 5 and verse 3. It says, and not only so, we glory in tribulation, also knowing that tribulation worketh patience, and patience experience, and an experience hope. Right. So us going through these trials and tribulations and persecution, you know, once our experience in this truth, and that hope is our faith. All right? That faith in Yahweh Shem Shai, man. You know, the longer you're in this truth, you know, you seem to realize the things that the Lord has brought you through, man. You know, like, you know, some brothers at work didn't need anything, you know, just even spiritually built up, man. You know, going through and catching hell, you know, then you get a spiritual breakthrough, man. Just through tribulation, man. All right, we get that experience and that hope, man. You know? You want to add on something to that, bro?
Yeah, you know, we got to go through the tests and trials. You know, we got to go through, the Lord take us through things to build us up, you know, for these days that we're coming into, these last and evil days, man. All right, because we're going to go through some things in these days, man.
That's right.
You know, Esau is already ready to come in like a plug because what he know, but he had but a short time. So, you know, he's trying to push his narrative real hard. And he's going to blame the man of the Lord for a lot of things that's going on out here. Go ahead.
I'm going to jump to the book of Romans, chapter 8 and verse 18. It says, for I reckon that the suffering of this present time is not worthy to be compared with the glory that shall be revealed in us.
You know, the things that we going through right now, you know, the hell that we go through on a day-to-day basis, dealing with the wickedness of this world, these people, you know, this vibration that's in the earth, you know, tests and trials that we're going to have to go through. Then we all have to go through what that number one mighty test at the end. You know, it's not going to compare to what the Lord has for us if we can see and make ourselves through it. You know?
That's right. It's all going to be worth it, man. All right, it's all going to be worth it at the end of the day, man, making it into the kingdom, man.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to jump to the book of John. Chapter 16. Huh? Chapter 16 and verse 33. It says, the things that I have spoken unto you, that in me you might have peace in the world and shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer, I have overcome the world. All right, so the thing that these words that we have learned, man, we had good cheer. Because guess what? Yahweh Shai overcame this world, man. All right, are we not trying to be joint heirs with Yahweh Shai? All right, so we can overcome the things in this world just like he did, man. That's why I say be a good cheer. All right, that's why scripture also say take tribulation cheerfully, roughly paraphrasing. All right, because we know through tribulation, guess what? The Lord is dealing with us. You know, if you just walk through life and everything hunky dory in the truth, you need to be worried about it, man. The Lord deals with us as child, man. You know, and guess what? When your child act up, the Lord, what you do? You get in there behind. The Lord do the same with us, man.
That's right.
All right, I'm gonna jump to 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 8. It said, "We are troubled on every side, yet not distressed. We are perplexed, but not in despair. Persecuted, but not forsaken. Cast down, but not destroyed." All right, and these things are actually going on now, man. We are troubled on every side. On every side, you know, the men of the Lord have to deal with the wickedness of this earth, knowing that we are the Lord's chosen people, watching our people suffer. You know, we are troubled on every side by the wickedness in this kingdom, man. We distressed, we perplexed, we're angry. You know, when we see these so-called jump shots, you know, these I don't want to go to, but we want to jack your ass up, man.
Transformers.
Yeah, the Transformers, the water. All right, but what the scripture says, the scripture says, "Be angry and sin not." All right, and Lord, the vengeance is mine, saith the Lord.
It's the spirit. I was just
You know, so the Lord is going to repay those perplexed times we went through that we couldn't do it, man. All right, we're not going to take matters into our own hands and do anything, man. All right, the Lord is going to be our whooping stick in that day, man.
That's right.
All right, it says always buried in by always. I'm switch. That's it on that. I'm gonna put one more scripture. This is the book of Psalms.
All right.
Chapter 34 and verse 19. It says, many afflictions of the righteous, many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivered him out of all of them. All right, so yeah, man, brothers might be going through ailments, you know. Hey, some people going through mental things in this truth. Some of us have, we're all catching hell, man, you know. And it's not going to be easier. All right, things are going to be heat up even worse on the hill that the men of the Lord are catching, man.
Yeah.
But guess what, man? What did it say? It said the Lord delivered them out of all. And that's what we believe. You know, that's what we stand firm on. You know, that's what can't nobody gainsay us on or take out of our mind or get us to change. Our faith is built up that we believe that Yahweh Shah can deliver us out of anything, man.
That's right.
You know, we just have to try to stay on their right path and then, all right, and stay under the Lord's grace, man.
Okay.
You know? What I tell you that?
Yeah, you know, we're going to go through some things, man. You know, we're going to be afflicted in this truth. You know, you might have to get ready to lose some things, lose some people in this truth. But that's just the way that it has to go. You know? And it's an old saying, you can't take everybody with you. You know? So you got to be ready to lose it all, actually, for your Yahweh Shah. You know? Some of us might lose our lives. You know, some of us might be in jail, you know, but we have to be ready and prepared for that. All right?
God. Hey, so Lord, with us was edified to the body. And with that, we want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakadash. Double honor, stop, apostle, elders, great millstone, and teach you well. Peace, blessings, say to the whole folk, pushing this truth week in, week out, sincerity, charity, and love. In the spirit of Yahweh, Shema, Shata, at the four corners of the earth. With that, we want to say, Shalom.